Okay, I want to welcome you to my video on how I set up my life workflow in Notion. If you're just joining, I've been making a series of videos that show exactly how I'm setting it up. So it's not just a walkthrough, I'm actually like building it as we go because the setup is complex so that the day-to-day is simple. Um, Anyway, I encourage you to go back to the beginning because the videos do build upon each other. That being said, this bill pay section is a distinct unit within itself. So you could just watch the bill pay, see what you think about my videos, and then go back to the beginning. So far, this is what I've done. Inbox goals, projects, task stream, calendar, notebook, journal. All of the pages have been living underneath this life workflow section. But I think that the bill pay is going to be its own, and I think the bill pay is going to be, or money management is going to be its own distinct section within my list. So I couldn't keep nesting, but I don't want to nest this. So let's call this money management, manage, how do you spell management? All right. And, um, oh, and I did still manage to spell, I forgot the A, manage. There we go. I'm going to make this a money bag symbol. And yes, this was here because this is take two because my video crashed in the midst of recording, so I'm doing another take at this. All right, let's just open this as a page, make it full width. I think there's somewhere in the settings that I can do that, but I just do it on a page by page basis. Maybe not everything needs to be full width. All right, so I always do that for myself. Coming soon. Other things that I want to do on this page later. I want to do budget, and I want to do income. But today we're doing bill. All right. So for my bills, I'm going to have two tables. If you've watched the previous videos, you'll know that I'm not really doing anything distinctly different in relating the tables together. Um, that kind of knowledge has already been sort of built here, but then I am kind of expanding on that notion. So, all right, I'm going to copy paste to save time. All right, so for the bill table, I want to say the day it's due, the balance amount, the amount due, and the type. I didn't have to paste that in there because I just get started. Table, inline, bills. Pretty straightforward. All right, so I'm going to open a record. You've seen me do this before if you watch my videos. I like to edit the properties in the page view. So we're going to create the first bill that's just a mortgage. And the day due. So I'm not putting a date here. I'm just putting the number of the day because this obviously has to show up month after month after month. So if I put in like it's due March 1st, then now it's May 1st or whatever, it's not going to show up. So I just want to show the day it's due. So it's due on the 1st. What else did I say I wanted here? I need the balance. And I don't know. All right, and I want that to be, I'm just making this up. I don't actually know how much I owe in my house. I ignore that because whatever, I'm going to owe it till I sell it or pay it off, right? So I don't pay attention except that I make sure that my bills are going on time. But if you're doing like what's called the snowball method, it's good to know the actual balance. I do the snowball methods on my other bills because I feel like the mortgage and the student loan are the last two things to get paid off. So I'm not as worried about the total balance on the mortgage. And you saw I formatted this as a dollar type. So it's going to always show now as a dollar type. I want to show the amount due, so what the payment is. Again, number and dollar type. And the type of bill. And this is going to be a loan. All right. Let's go back to bills. Oh, let's go back to money management. So we see we have our bills table. Um, I'm not too worried about the way the table looks here, but I will want to sort. Let's just go ahead and put some more bills in here. So let's say I have credit card one, do the 12. I don't know. And I think you can actually do more formatting in this number. Like maybe I don't want the dollars. This maybe not. I guess it's just a dollar sign or it's not a dollar sign. All right. Um, oh wait, I got that backwards. That's not going to be. Yeah, that's the balance. I want the amount due to be on this side. Whew. All right. I was about to mix that up greatly. All right. What others? Oh, type credit card. Ooh. Um, I live in Virginia. Dominion owns my life. Dominion. That's our utility. I leave the amount due and the balance blank because that's a variable. I don't actually know what it's going to be from month to month. So there's no point in like upsetting myself where I said, oh yeah, utility bill's going to be like 150 this month and it comes in at 300 because everybody's using all their devices 24/7. It's realistic to have more than one credit card, right? So let's do another one. Thanks. And maybe that one's 100. Maybe 3 grand. I don't know. Car. So recently I was doing the snowball method, reviewing or re-ramping my snowball method. I had paid off most of my credit cards, or I paid off all my credit cards, and then I started spending again and got back into credit card hell. So I was like, this got me out the first time. So I'm good at getting out. I just need the budgeting part to not get back in. So I was like, let's just do it again. And I went and I looked up to see like, my balance for my car, and I hadn't like, I just said with my mortgage, I don't pay attention. My student loan, I don't pay attention. I hadn't checked on the balance of my car loan in a while, and I was shocked that I only owed like 6 grand. I was like, what? My car is almost paid off. I was so excited. So yeah, that's the good news there, students. I don't know. I own like a gazillion, bazillion, $1,000. I don't know. All right, that's ridiculous. But really, that's what it feels like. Like that bill's just never going to go away. That's death, taxes, and student loans. I could take another. All right, so you get the point. I think that's enough in here to just show how this workflow is going to work. Um, all right, so now let's build the bill pay table. There's another one that I want to add is the water. So the water is a quarterly bill, so I'm going to leave the due date empty because I'm only going to put it in when that bill shows up. I don't need that to track it because it's not accurate. All right. So now for the bill pay table, oh, I don't need to say bill payment. I just make the table. All right. So the first thing, now this is the thing that's a little odd because I'm going to call it the same name in both tables, right? But this is what I'm going to do at the beginning or towards the end of the month is I'm going to come in when I do my monthly planning is I'm going to come in and I'm going to create here are the bills that I need to pay this month, right? So I need to pay the mortgage. Okay, let's go ahead and open that up so we can do our fields. Okay, give myself my shortcut so I remember. So I want to have the amount I paid. And that's going to, I can't, it's weird, you can't format it until you actually put a number in there. Confirmation. And I said I'm going to use this as a text field because some confirmation numbers have letters in them. I'm going to do the roll up here, so I'm going to say what bill it is. It's weird, I said name here. I don't actually need the name here, so this bill. So it's a roll up, and I'm going to select. Oh, I don't have the relationship, sorry. Let's go back. Bill and relationship and the bills. And I'm going to say select the bill property and I want the day due. Okay, and so the bill I'm selecting here is the mortgage. And see, it already gives me the day due. And the second roll up I want is amount due. Okay, and I don't need to track the balance on a monthly basis. And then I'm going to have the status. And there's going to be a couple statuses. So I'm not going to worry about the inbox or what not started or whatever. That just doesn't have, you just leave it empty and there it's all the same. So I want to say like scheduled, because sometimes I schedule my bills ahead of time. I want to put a status of auto pay and I want to put paid. All right. Take this out. All right. So I would go through then and create one for each of these things. So let's say I've got, I mean, it's April, so we got a new bill appeared. That's not one of my standard bill. It's the property taxes for my car. And I mean, I don't know. We shouldn't have to pay property taxes for a car. It's not really property values, but that's my own opinion. It doesn't have a relationship to a due date of a bill. So, oh, you know what I forgot is the property's date paid. Maybe I would put the date that I paid it. I don't know. I actually got it and paid it in the same day. I didn't schedule it ahead of time, so I didn't know what I would do in a system. All right, so credit card one. And again, we're just going to do that credit card. And because we already established these roll-ups, you see the date due and the amount due is there. Credit card due. And again, and I guess to make it easier for myself, let's just move this column over here. This is when we're planning. When we're planning our bill pay, this is the view that I will use. So, to, okay, student loan. I've taxed my brain because I haven't put it in the same order that I have it above it. Dominion. Did I get them all? And water bill. All right, but this is not the view that I'm going to use to manage the bills. This is the view I just use for planning out the bills. All right. So this brings me to how I'm managing the tables, but let me show you how it's going to work on my day-to-day as I go. And I'm not going to pre-work. I'm going to go ahead and put it on here where it's going to be. So it's going to live here. So paydays. I would put in, this is April. Okay. So paydays, let's say it's the 5th and the 19th. And I'll just do that. Each month I'll just come in here. I know I'm looking at it, talking about April because it's April, and I'll just come in and write the 2 paydays. And then I'm going to go ahead and put in that builds table. So I'm creating a link database. So link and bill pay is the one I'm interested in. And I'm going to change my view of this. So now this is the first time we're going to look at this view, which is a Kanban board view. So this is really a useful view for, I can't type and write at the same time. So this, status. So this is a useful view for when you are trying to track getting things done. If you've used any kind of planning projects like Trello or Jira, this is where that comes in. So now you see I've got it, these columns. And remember, I created them in this order when I created those tags, scheduled, autopay, paid. That's how I created them. And that's why they're in this order. But they're movable just like any other column. I can create, a new status over here by just, hitting this plus sign. Oops, sorry. Let's get back there. All right. So this is the way that I'm going to come through and I'm going to show my bills getting paid. There's a couple ways that I want to do this table other than just that, the status. I'm going to, I don't need to see the relationship because that's the same name. I don't need to see the confirmation number in this view. I don't need to see the date paid, just the date due. The status is the bar across, so that's why that's hidden. So I really just need to know the amount due, the amount paid, and the day it's due. Make sense? All right. So, yeah, so like I said, this is a Kanban style board. If you use Trello, I mean, this is the replacement for Trello. Like, why would I use, sorry, Lancian, but why would I use Trello anymore when I can have my Trello board here embedded in Notion in view with the rest of my stuff so that as I'm going about my day, I can say, oh yeah, I need to also like really quick pay some bills. If I wanted to be uber, controlling about this. Remember, I have this day journal. I could say like, oh yeah, and here's the bills I paid that day, but I'm not paying bills every day. I don't need to do that. I just need to track that they were paid. So right now, like I said, this is the first month that I've done it. So let's see. I'm going to sort it by the day due. Okay. And then eventually I would want to filter out so that I'm only showing like the, oh no, because when I clear them out, that's what's going to happen. So at the end of the, I don't want to filter it now, but when I'm finished paying all of these next month, when I go and create all the new ones, I'm going to like hide these ones away. So maybe there is another status of like closed, which means like that's something I did. Oops, I created another record. Sorry. Let's get rid of you. Delete, delete. I want to add group. Closed. So that means like don't show this anymore. Um, I'm going to hide this. I don't need to see it in the column. It's actually funny. Someone was complaining about if you hide the column and then you have this hidden column, like what was the point of hiding the column? But it just hides it shows you the column name, but the column itself is gone. I don't know. It's over here on the side. I'm not worried about it. Um, and then I want to do the filter to say like that the status is not closed. So once the month is done and I've done the inventory of the month and I'm ready to set up next month's bills, I can just jam those over to close status and be done. So, all right, so let's say I've already paid this, I just drag it over. Boom. Like that's it, right? I paid that, right? It's actually April 14th, so I need to have like more of these paid, so I paid this. Okay, so my student loan is on auto pay, so I'm going to put that over here, but I'm going to make sure to check back to see that it got paid. And I've scheduled this ahead. And what I would be doing also is saying how much I paid. So 141. And I'd be putting in the confirmation number, right? And I'd be putting in the date that I paid it. So, I mean, I'm dragging them over, but I would actually go in, open them, and put all that other information. The property tax in the car, again, the date, date paid, and status. Right, so I can drag them over. I could just create the status and it moves them. So that's it. Now you can see how I've managed to, how I've managed to pay my bills. So let's come back here, live workflow, and let's mark that off. And hey guys, one more video. I'm going to come back in here and I'm going to make sure that like everything I need to do is on here for this video series. Actually, haha, I lied. It's all here. Oh no, I still have monthly goals. Because I said that these other three areas I'm going to build out later at a different time. So um, yeah, so all I have is my monthly goals. So we're going to come back, create some monthly goals, and that will close up this series. All right. Talk to you next time. Bye.